All right, everyone, welcome. Good evening. This is Wednesday night, around 10 o'clock. I'm going to give you a brief update about what's going on right now with the severe weather. Daniel, we've been watching this for the past couple of days, kind of honing in on the severe weather threat. Not really materializing tornado-wise. We've lowered the tornado risk. Still could see damage and wind threat, as you can see here on radar, Daniel. The line is really developing to our south, and we anticipate that moving into the area in the next few hours.
Yes, as you mentioned, Scotty, the tornado threat looks to be diminishing down to about zero. A lot of that thanks in part to the cold air at the surface that developed during the day when we had that first round of rain. But we're still looking at the potential of some stronger storms with the issue of wind. And I think another thing that we need to start really honing in on tonight, and I would say especially for our western sections, Rutherford, McDowell, maybe Burke County, potential for some heavy rain as we head into overnight.
Yeah, Daniel, we've seen a lot of heavy rain over the past couple of weeks. I know we had heavy rain last Friday, heavy rain Monday, and then heavy rain again today and tonight. Flooding concerns could start to be inching up as we go throughout the evening. As you can see here on radar, this is a healthy line of storms that are moving into the area, producing a lot of rain. In fact, a lot of, as you can see, some flash flood warnings in north of Georgia. And as that line is moving into our area, we can see that heavy rain transition into the western parts. And like you said, Daniel, McDowell, Rutherford, Burke, Caldwell, we've seen that heavy rain over the past couple of days. Another inch or two, and we could see some isolated flooding issues, especially in those locations that flood anyway. They're prone to flooding.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to look out for overnight, especially looking how this stuff is training. I'll stop it right here, and as you can see, from just to the west of the Atlanta metro area all the way up into northeast Georgia around Rabun County, that stuff is moving northeast at a pretty good clip, at about 50 miles per hour. So that's going to start rolling into our western counties pretty soon. And with the rain that we've had today, and I'll pull up the Doppler right quick. And a lot of the area, especially along US 74 and along 321, picked up 1 to 2 inches of rain today. Let's see if we can pull that back up. Yeah, if you're in Rutherford County, Cleveland County, Lincoln County, southern part of Burke County, there in the South Mountains, Catawba County, that's 1 to 2 inches of rain that's already occurred today. And if that line that starts coming through tonight trains over that same area, easily another inch or more. And considering these areas have picked up over the past week 5 to 6 inches of rain in some cases, starting to get a little saturated around here.
Yeah, so it's nighttime. The potential out there for some flooded roadways. You may not be able to see the road, especially if it be at night. Water covering those roadways. That's something we're going to have to watch. So we may see a few maybe advisories or flood warnings come out later on this evening. We'll definitely be here. And another thing, severe weather-wise, we're not seeing the tornado threat. We have noticed a lot of lightning being produced by these storms. So when they roll through midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, probably be woken by thunder and lightning as well.
Yes, that's very possible, Scotty, as these storms move through. Plenty of lightning. And again, we'll be on the lookout for that. And I know for the young folks and for the pets, lightning's a big deal, especially at night. It gets their attention.
It is, and it seems like that's happened a lot here in the past couple of weeks. We've had a lot of nighttime thunderstorms, so kind of getting used to that. Wind threat with these thunderstorms, that's probably the biggest thing, damaging winds. But Daniel, after this storm system moves out, tomorrow we're going to really see those windy conditions take place. High wind warnings for the mountain locations, wind advisories for the foothills all the way down to the Charlotte metro area. And there's a potential we could see high wind warnings maybe even posted for the foothill communities.
Yeah, and that's kind of ironic. We've been talking about the big severe weather potential setup today. We may actually have the wind issues tomorrow with the wet ground and the gusty northwest winds with this big upper low that's coming through the region. We could actually have wind issues tomorrow after the storms have quit.
Yeah, I would expect to see some trees come down, maybe even some power outages, just because of the saturated ground. It's been very wet over the past couple of weeks. So I know you may have amped up for severe weather tonight and had those flashlights and the batteries on standby. You probably want to keep those for tomorrow as well, as we could see some power issues with the down trees. And even if you live in the mountains, you're going to see some snow. We could even see some snow flurries in our northwestern parts of McDowell, Burke, and Caldwell.
Yeah, Little Switzerland, Jonas Ridge, and Globe. Wouldn't be at all surprised for some flurries flying around late tomorrow through maybe the first half of Friday.
And so a very interesting weather scenario. I will say we're looking long range at kind of looks like it's going to calm down after this weekend. Kind of go into a lull. Next week looks pretty nice with temperatures in the 70s. Not a lot of rain or storms. We kind of need that break after an active 3-4 weeks it's been.
Yeah, after this bit of cold air comes through for Thursday and Friday, we should start to moderate by Saturday. And then when we get to early next week, we'll be back in the 70s under mostly sunny skies. I'd say at least through the midweek period next week.
Yeah, so again, kind of recapping here. Severe weather threat has been lowered. Tornado risk is all but zero. There's just a very, very, very minor tornado risk. Damage and winds and flooding, the main concerns tonight with thunder and lightning. And then tomorrow we'll see non-thunderstorm winds, gusty winds. We could see some trees come down and some power outages, so prepare for that. So Daniel, myself, Seth, we're all here in the Weather Center. We're going to keep you updated throughout the evening with these storms, so continue watching our Facebook pages, our social media pages. Also download our app. That's a good way to get information as well.
Oh, yeah, it's always a good way to get information. We put out your watches and warnings through push notification, and as always, our 7-day forecast is on our app as well.
Yeah, so stay tuned with us tonight. If you're worried about tornadoes, I think you can go to bed tonight with a little peace of mind. I don't think the tornado threat's going to be there. We're going to watch for some damage and winds, thunder, lightning, and some flooding, and then some gusty winds for your Thursday. Everyone have a good night, get some rest, and we'll continue to watch the weather here in the Weather Center. For Daniel Crawley, I'm Scotty Powell.